Okay, I am on my way. I have left my home just south of Carson City, Nevada. I am now in Gardnerville, Nevada, which is about 12 miles away, but 10 of those miles are at 65 to 70 miles an hour. So it's eating up about 16% of the battery. So we'll just plug in here for half an hour or so, 45 minutes. I'll take a couple laps around the park, and then we'll continue on to our next stop, which is in Woodfords, California. It's more high-speed running up to there. That station I don't want to be at for very long because there's nothing around it. It's just at a government office. Although being on a Friday, that government office is probably open. I've only ever been there on weekends before. Hopefully the stations aren't taken. If they are, I can just keep going all the way up to Kirkwood. I just would rather not have any long stops. I want to have the stops be as short as possible, so make more stops rather than fewer stops and long layovers. So I'll take a couple laps around the park, and then we'll continue on. So here we are at our second stop. We're now in Woodfords, California. It was a trip of about 16, 17 miles, but it used up 25% of the battery because it's all high-speed running and a little bit uphill. We've gone from 4,000 feet to about 5,600 feet. We use about 25% of the battery doing that. And the next trip is way up. We'll be going up to 9,000 feet to Kirkwood, which is as far west as I've ever gone. Beyond that will be unknown territory. The next trip takes about 45% of the battery. It is slower roads, but severely uphill. And then after that, we head off into Central California going downhill. And don't know how much. It'll be the longest leg after that at 55 miles. But this next leg, like I say, is about 24 miles. So the problem with this station is there is nothing here but a few government offices. You got to walk about a mile and a half to get to anything like food or bathrooms or anything. So I'm going to be sitting around here listening to tunes for a while, I guess. All right, we're plugged in here at Kirkwood. We're at about 8,000 feet or so altitude. So just about the highest point of our trip. There'll be a quick jaunt over the summit, and then it's downhill from here on out. So we'd be going all the way down to 1,000 feet, about 50 so miles, 55 miles or something like that. But I haven't gone farther west than this, so I don't know how much energy it's going to take, being mostly downhill. So I'm just going to charge up to about 80% or so. This trip, you can see 23.2 miles, and we went down to 50%. So that was a 40% battery usage for 23.2 miles, mostly uphill. I was paying attention on the uphill portions, and I used 30% of battery to do 14 miles, or just over 14 miles. So you calculate that in the other direction. 90% full, 90% would give you about 42 miles. My final leg of this trip on the way back, which would be on Highway 50, not Highway 88, will be 44 miles, and that's mostly uphill, but the summit of that is about halfway through that trip, so should be fine. I'll probably use extended range to 95% just to be extra safe. So I'll sit around here, we'll take a look. This is a Kirkwood ski resort. Not much snow anymore here in August, but a little bit of snow up there. You can see some of the chairlifts there. All the restaurants, of course, are closed during the summer. There is a little convenience store down there, so I'll probably pick up a snack or something there while I wait around and listen to some more tunes. Plug in for about an hour and a half or so, and then we'll head into the unknown, farther west than I've ever gone, to the Jackson Rancheria Casino is where we'll be heading next. So talk to you then. And we've made it. We're at the Jackson Rancheria Casino. We left Kirkwood with 86%, although as soon as I was done backing up, it said 85, so it was right as it clicked over to 86, and we ended up here at 38%. That was 56.3 miles. Again, it was mostly downhill. So I think I'll go walk around the casino for a bit, get something to eat, and then I'll head off to my hotel, which is just the nearby town of Jackson. There's another charging spot right at Sutter Creek, which is where the Ragtime Festival is, which is what I'm doing this weekend. So I can get a little extra juice every morning or evening going to and from the festival. So yeah, pretty much made it. So now it's just a matter of what's going to happen on Sunday. Sorry, I zoomed in so much it's all shaky. But yeah, I was just inside this parking garage here. You're right as you get to level 2. You have some Tesla destination chargers. And I'm plugged in with my adapter. I just gotta find the lock for the adapter before I go walking around. And so begins the journey home. I've driven from Jackson, California with 90%, basically a full charge. And I'm now in Diamond Springs. Unfortunately, I did not hit the trip odometer, so I don't know what the distance was, but like 20 something miles, maybe 30 miles. And I used 42%. So I have to sit here for a couple hours. If there's nothing in this area, there's a Mr. Pickle sandwich shop down that way. There is another charging station down up the road a little ways if I get bored. So, but I'm gonna have to be here for an hour and a half or so, and then on to Pollock Pines. Okay, after a bit of getting lost, or thinking I was lost, but wasn't really, we're at the next destination at Pollock Pines. Traveled 30 miles. I thought I was lost and doubled back and went back the other way. I took a much longer mountain road. Probably a mistake. I probably should have gone straight to the main highway, which had been 16.5 miles, but somewhat higher speed, but I think that would have taken less energy. Because I left at 88%, we're now at 44%, so we used about 45%, or about 50% of the battery, something like that. But yeah, it was 30 miles, so our next stop is South Lake Tahoe. So we're gonna have to go over the Sierra Nevada mountain range, and that is about 45 miles to the next charging station, but we're gonna have to go uphill. The summit is at over 7,000 feet, and then South Lake Tahoe is only like 6,000 feet. But the summit is at 22 miles along the trip, so it's kind of flat and downhill after that. So I think we'll be all right. I'm probably going to use the extended range mode just to be safe and get it to like 95%. So let's go here. It's the first time I've done this. Confirm. And yeah, it's going to be a long charge here, going from 44%. I think I'll get it up to 95. I don't want to get it up more than that because the first part of this trip will be downhill a ways before we actually start the big climb. So this is Pollock Pines. There's the EV charging station is actually shared between the supercharger and the 772, so kind of annoying. But now I just have to sit here for at least 2 hours and then make the long trip home, and that's the moment of truth. We'll catch you on the other side. So something interesting here, as I'm using extended range mode, it was at 91% for a while, but now it's waffling between 90 and 91. I've been doing that for about 3 or 4 minutes now. 90, 91, 90, 91. Even though it was at 91 for quite a while, and now it's like just waffling between the two. I think I'm just going to let it go until I've been connected for 2 hours and start making the trip. So here we are, South Lake Tahoe, California. This is the Tahoe Crossing Station. Made it. I left Pollock Pines with 93% indicated and arrived here with 23% indicated. Although as soon as I plugged in, it dropped to 19. So I don't know what's up with that. But I also made a mistake when I thought that I said in an earlier video that the summit was 22 miles from Pollock Pines. No, it's actually about 34 miles or so. So I arrived at the summit with 28%. I was a little bit worried, there. I was like, well, wait, where's the summit? Where's the summit? I'm still going uphill. But no, it was fine. So, 70%. I was hypermiling a little bit. I do like 50 miles an hour in a 55 zone most of the time. But I only got passed twice. So I actually was catching a car at one point and had to back off a bit because I don't want to pass anybody. So it is possible for you guys out in California to head on out this way. Well, we're still in California. We've got another mile or so to the border. Or actually, maybe a few miles. Yeah. But there's a lot of places a lot of things to do. For a place to eat around here. You got Round Table Pizza and a sandwich shop there. You got some restaurants that are in here. But not at 11:30 at night. So I'm just gonna hang around here for an hour and a half or so. I know I can make it home to Carson City on about between 30 and 35%. So I'm just gonna charge to 50% and head on home. So that's the end of the trip. Hope you all enjoyed the adventures of long trip FUV. Takes a lot longer, but it was a lot more comfortable on a motorcycle, that's for sure.